Hello, ladies and gentlemen, how are you doing today? My name is JT, and I'm here with my great friend,
Gio.
and today, we are talking about the Disney classic that is known
Awake Beauty.
Sleeping Beauty. Give it a
Same
second.
thing.
Give it a second. There it is, Sleeping Beauty. Look, I opened an entire tab just so we could have the poster because man, does Disney knew how to post. I mean, they know their marketing team knows how to make a good poster. They don't know how to market their film well because, as we're gonna see, this film had some issues. But man, this really does wonderful to hear, wonderful to hear, glorious to see. A Gio, can you read the wonders to? Oh my god, I can't even read the. I need to stop eating. It's breaking my. I need
wondrous to see, glorious to hear.
A magnificent new motion picture. I love how new is underlined but not capitalized.
Walt Disney's Sleeping Beauty.
Walt Disney. No, you. So, are you ready to talk about this beautiful film?
I mean, I got nothing else to do, so.
All right. So first things first, we need to talk about what is Sleeping Beauty. It's a fairy tale based off of an old fairy tale that basically, yeah.
Did I know Brothers Grimm, like they made like Snow White and stuff?
They didn't. I don't think. Parole.
Did they do this?
Was it? It might have been Parole. Hold on, give me a second. So we talked to like Ivan Earl. Hold on. Charles Paru. Is that Paru? Give me a second.
Holy moly! Holy hair, Batman.
Nah. Was it Peru? I think it was Peru.
Don't ask me, broski.
No, I'm talking to myself. Anyway, it might have been Peru. Yeah, that says Perot. Something like that. He wrote the original, or one of the earlier ones, because again, nothing is original. It's all recycling the same thing over and over again. But anyway, Sleeping Beauty, basically, the original story is there was this ugly fairy named Maleficent, there was an ugly fairy, and she wasn't invited to a party, and so she cursed the child of a nobleman or a king, I think, to sleep on 16th birthday. Stuff happens. She gets older, pricks her finger, sleeps for about 100 years. Then a random prince shows up and gives her a smooch, and the whole kingdom wakes up. Yep.
So she crashed out over. She put a spell on a baby.
Yep.
Crashed out.
The baby crashed.
Not getting invited to a party.
No. Everyone in the kingdom got invited except her.
Skillish. Anyways, so
I mean,
okay, so let's. Okay, that is, I guess, kind of valid, but still, like putting a curse on a child.
I mean,
and still to think about. You just find a random corpse. You don't know how long it's been, just laying there. Could be you're just guessing, maybe she only like just took a nap like an hour ago. Turns out that thing's 100 years old, bro.
And it wakes the entire kingdom too. The entire kingdom fell asleep too. So
for 100 years,
destroyed.
Broski.
Yep, that's it. And then there's like a whole second act with betrayals and bloods and child death. It's a whole.
Dude, that reminds me of Snow White.
Oh yeah, there's a lot. We're gonna get to that. Like,
what is it with princes in that? Like, they're just thinking of themselves in day. All right, checklist. Let's see. Wake up, obviously. Brush my hair. Brush my teeth. Eat breakfast. Find a random corpse, hopefully, and then kiss it. Like, is that just on their to-do list? Like, what's going on?
I love this episode already. But anyway, we're gonna get to that because Walt Disney thought the same thing. But basically, that Disney was like, So we're not gonna. So learning from their past mistakes with Snow White, it's like, yeah, maybe our romantic couple should have like, I don't know, chemistry together and actually, I don't know, meet instead of Snow White.
That would,
Yeah, I
yeah.
think that helped. So one, they 86 the 86 is like a slang for cut. It's like cutting out.
Uh,
They cut out the whole 100-year sleep thing because uh, consent. Two, they made the evil fairy gave her a name and made her
mhm.
the true main villain. And
I
then
love to say.
three, they shortened down the fairies to make it three and make them great characters, as we'll see. And also,
Yes.
now there's another big inspiration to this: a ballet. Tchaikovsky's ballet. So, if you don't know who Tchaikovsky was, he was this great composer. He's dead. Um, he made a bunch of ballets, and one of them was a Sleepy Beauty ballet.
Oh,
And one of my favorite Disney composers starts his career, anime composer starts his career here. Everyone, say hello to the wonderful, awesome, really cool George Bruns. He will be with
hi.
us for the next couple films.
Hi. Hey, you told me to say hi. I said hi. He didn't say hi back. This is disrespectful. I feel disrespected, honestly.
George Bruns is dead, unfortunately.
But he's right there, JT. He's right there.
Hate to break it to you, that's a still image of him, not a live object.
JT, that's like saying unicorns are fake. Like, come on.
We totally live. Anyway, George Bruns. Everyone meet George Bruns. Um, he will be with us until Robin Hood. So we will talk about George Bruns, and I love his scores. He's awesome.
Mm.
Now, a lot of the score was Tchaikovsky. Like a lot of it was taken from the ballet, like the "Hail to the Princess Aurora" that in the opening. That's Puss in Boots theme, I think.
Huh.
Look, there are so many themes. I haven't watched it. It's a ballet. Like Timothy Chalamet said, I don't care if I'm gonna get canceled. Ballet is a dying art. Um, the only thing keeping
By the
that
way, what? Huh?
ballet is a dying
What?
art. I
A
mean
dying heart?
art.
Art. Oh, yeah.
So thank you. I would say the same thing about opera, but like I have a more personal connection to opera that we'll never talk
Want me
about.
to sing a little something right now? If you
No,
insist.
no, shut up. This is my time to talk.
Wow.
Um,
Everyone cancel JT. No, I'm kidding. Don't do that. Don't do that, because then I'll get in
but
trouble for
George
saying that.
Bruns, wonderful composer. We'll be with him through the scratchies, which is the stuff that we got to talk about next time. But he's known for his jazzy stuff. He has a lot of jazz.
Jazz Square.
Jazz hands. Um, but yeah, a lot of this was on not Paro, Tchaikovsky's ballet, music wise. Now, do you think I'm gonna jump before we get to the whole behind the scenes? Do you think this film was a success at the time?
Given the history of things we've talked about, and like, okay, so it came out, flop. That movie came out, flop. Okay, but this one, also a flop. I'm gonna say it was a flop.
Oh yep, because by the way, it was the most expensive animated film of all of the time because one, like I talked about in Lady and Tramp, which go watch our Lady and Tramp episode last episode. Um, this you was in widescreen, so that made it expensive. Two, they used a different widescreen than process than or what did it say the same? It was a different process technique than they did with Lady and Tramp, and unlike Lady and Tramp, what the heck happened to my screen? Unlike Lady and the Tramp, which was started as a general 4:3 film and then went to 16:8, this was built 16:8. Another thing, so this film came out in 1959.
Year I was born.
Hey, do you remember when Lady and the Tramp came out?
Yeah.
When did Lady and the Tramp come out?
What's that over there? Distraction.
He thinks he's slick. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, it came out
for a reason.
It came out in 1955.
That's what I was about to say.
So the last film came out 4 years ago. That's some time, especially because, like I said last episode, Cinderella, 1950. Alice in Wonderland, 1951. Peter Pan, 1953. Lady and Tramp, 1955. Sleeping Beauty, 1959. That's a gap. That's definitely a gap. Especially, like, one we haven't had before. Because the biggest gap before was 3 years.
So, what I'm hearing is, like, they've had, like, so many movies, like, flop and stuff. How did they not go out of business at the time?
Well, right now it's the parks. Because in 1955, Walt Disney opened Disneyland. So that was a big cash flow. And then the television stuff. And then live action films. Because that stuff was all happening. Because, like, Mary Poppins, Bedknobs and Broomsticks, and a bunch of other obscure Disney films. That stuff was being made. So what happened was the animation company, as we will see, becomes put on the back burner. Like, it will, like, as we progress through this history, the animation company is probably Disney's least concern, especially today. But back then, it was kind of becoming a third wheel to the parks and live-action films. Another thing was Walt's own ego kind of got in the way of this, because he wanted this film to look like art, to every frame to be its own painting. And what happened was, that was difficult and really hard to do because, remember, everything was done by hand. Right. Remember that. Everything was done by hand. That's important, especially for you, Gio. We'll talk more about that on Friday. Enough with that.
I hope that wasn't actually next time. I was just throwing up random.
It was fine. It was fine. It wasn't that loud. Okay. I have you turned down anyway.
Wow.
Man, my
cheeks
even
are talking right now.
Yes, I can because I'm adjusting. It's an adjuster. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. The what was I talking about?
It was hard to do. Like, everything was handmade.
Everything was handmade, but also they were. I need to look this up. Sleeping Beauty behind the scenes, because apparently I can't look up Sleeping Beauty BTS because that gives me completely something else. Sleeping Beauty. Background. Sleeping Beauty background.
I looked up Sleeping Beauty BTS. It's just the BTS band.
Yeah, I know. BTS stands for behind the scenes.
Yes. Yes, it does.
Background. Oh, I'm trying to look for the thing I was. Never mind. Why are you? Is that the? Huh? Okay. Anyway, so hey.
I got sidetracked.
Okay, so we have this great image, right? This was like big and hold on.
That's a lot of shapes, broski.
Yeah, and someone individually painted all of that. And the guy, the man, myth, the guy, the myth, the man, the legend. Once I get his name,
Dalt Wisney. That doesn't sound right. Dalt, is that an actual name? Dalt? I know Dalton is a name. Dalt.
let me make sure if I'm right. The guy, the myth, the legend, Earl.
My guy.
No, I thought your guy was. John F. Kennedy. I'm kidding.
Is he?
Anyway, Earl was hugely influenced on this film. Yes.
My guy is now going to be Alexander Hamilton just because of the musical. No, I've changed that.
Wait, I want to get through this,
Well,
and it's taking. We're 16 minutes in, and I haven't talked about Earl. Let me talk about Earl. Earl was hugely influential on this film, and the fact that this film, he made the art style. It basically. So you remember when I was talking about Mary Blair, talk about how she was very influential on the other films that we've talked. You know, but what kept happening was her artwork didn't the stuff that she didn't really translate to the film. Well, Disney hired this concept. What was like, okay, you know what? We're not gonna have this in between. Okay, concept artist, then actual artist, which both of them are artists, but you know what I mean. We're gonna say, hey, the concept artist is the final artist. So he basically came in and made sure, mathematically did all of this interesting stuff, and was like, hey, do you want to, I don't know, allow me? He basically became head of art direction of this film. So this film artistically is his. And it's really interesting. Like, you see the backgrounds, I think. Oh, I'm an idiot. Earl is a style, not the person. Well, wow. You gotta trust your own gut at times, don't you? You gotta love it when you're wrong. I'm so glad I catched myself before I made a too terrible mistake. But Earl was a person.
We wrecked yourself. We know that's not right.
Oh, hey! By the way,
check yourself.
Hey, do you want to play a game of Does This Have a Remake?
Yes, I do.
Ready? Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back today, where we forgot to do the theme music earlier today's episode, but that doesn't matter. And I'm your host, JT, and I'm here with contestant Guy Goo. What's your name, kid?
Gio. Hi, Mom.
Hi, Guy Goo. How are you doing today? And today we're playing a game of Does this animated feature film made by the Walt Disney Picture Animated Feature Film have a remake by the Walt Disney Animated Feature Film? And is it even a good one? Does this have a remake, Gio? Or Grio? Is it your name? You said it's Grio. Does this have a remake, Grogert?
JT?
Yes?
I'm going to say, yes, it does!
Yes, does it have a sequel?
Yes, it does!
Yes, does it have another sequel?
The way you said it, I'm going to say, yes, it does!
No, it doesn't. You're wrong. You lose all your money. Anyway, so, yes, we will have this for the rest of this series. I can't wait to get to next episode's one. Oh, it's going to be so entertaining. Well, thank you for joining us for another game of Does this Walt Disney Animated Feature Film have an animated sequel? Anyway, so basically, yes, this has Maleficent, as people know, is the Disney remake. These films are fun. They're fine. Like we just said in our Mandalorian review, as I said, fun doesn't equal good. But anyway, let's talk about Walt and how he wanted this film to be different. He wanted this film to be unique and awesome, but also he's not. He's just a dude. Anyway. He realized, as you realized, hey, this is a lot like Snow White. And it was like, okay, here's how we make it different.
The brain is big, folks.
We
The brain is
don't
big.
make the story 4 paragraphs. We make it layered, which he proceeded not to do, but that's a whole
Like an
other
ogre.
topic.
Layers.
But
if you know, you know.
But like, in the sense that like everything that happens in this film is not filler. There's not a lot of filler. Snow White had a lot of filler, and as someone who watched Snow White earlier this year, oh boy, was the filler a lot. The only thing that saved that film for me was the score. I'm messing, but also I'm not messing. But I think this film is a lot better. As much as this film has its issues, it is better constructed, I would say. Hi, Goat Man. I know you're the worst of everything. We're talking about Sleeping Beauty. The dragon. I think that was a Disney invention. Oh, Prince Philip. I think that was a Disney invention. Like, there was a lot of things that were Disney inventions. And I feel... also, let's talk about the songs, right? They, now we talked about how George Bruns used the score from Tchaikovsky. Well, he just gave them lyrics like, I know you, I walk with you once upon a dream. That's, if I'm not mistaken, the Villagers Waltz from the, double check me if in the comments. But yeah, another thing that happened was this film, like I said earlier, flopped because it was, was, how much did it cost to make this film? Its budget was $6 million. Wow. And at the time, only made grossing 500 or 5.3 million. Which you don't know, a movie has to earn double its budget for it to be at least profitable. Because if a movie earns just back its budget, then it's fine. It breaks even. But if it makes more than its budget, then it's a true success. That's simple math. But it didn't even make back its budget. And that's because how expensive this film was. It got to the point where animators had quotas like of how much they had to do per day. And Walt was kind of overworking his people, which, as we saw in the past, didn't end out well. Luckily, there are no more strikes. There's no more strikes, bud. We're done with these strikes, but yeah.
Strikes?
Strikes. Remember the strikes?
Those strikes, yes.
Okay. Anyway, man, you really...
Trust, I'm locked in, just not for this universe.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, this film was a flop, and it sucks. I think this film should have been, but what's gonna happen in the next couple of movies is because this film was a flop. There's gonna be a lot of differences. Like as soon as we get to 101 Dalmatians, no more inks, no more beautiful, lush, colored different inks. We got to handle the thick black lines that is the Scratchies. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I feel that's a decent place to end off. Yes, G-Man, what are you asking?
You said it's a flop, right? Like a fish. I need to stop talking.
Yes, please. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed this episode. I know this episode felt a little disjointed, but hey, it's just like the movie, I would say. I'll see y'all next time. JT out.